All right, welcome back to another day here in the shop. Been doing some stuff today that really wasn't worth videoing, but now I got some stuff for some content here. Kind of show you where I'm at, what I've been working on. So, if you remember from one of my other videos, how the alternator here didn't line up, and the pulley on the fan was dinged. I don't know if you can see that there or not. Yeah, there you should be able to see it. So I done some searching around and found one at Napa. They had this set up here, the two-piece. Mine's a one-piece, fan and pulley. And something interesting on this. So if you look, it's got a keyway right there. You can see it better on the other side. Yeah. So there's your keyway. So I was looking for one with a keyway. This was the only thing Napa had. No keyways. And they said, well, if you can use it, you can have it. So I went ahead and took it. Figured if nothing else, I'd get my little air saw and cut a keyway in those. Well, then I went to O'Reilly's as well and ordered this one for me. Said this was the one I needed. Went ahead and ordered it, came in, and you can see that one's got the keyway as well. Then we noticed no keyway on the pulley. And so well, what the heck. So I got them all home, started test fitting, and lo and behold, my shaft has no key. So I didn't need the keyway. So I'm going to use, this pulley is a lot wider than the one that was originally on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pulley with this fan. And that's going to get me what I need. If you remember, I think I showed it in the video, it also wasn't running true. Well, they've got a funky bracket here they've made, and there's a spot on the bottom of the alternator where they had literally clearanced it to try and make it fit better. I don't remember what they had in it. I think it actually had this nut on it when I took it apart for a spacer. So what I've done is I got me some additional nuts with lock washers. I tightened them and made it where they've got inside and outside. And on this one, and one of them's a little bit off, but I actually ground washers down where they have a flat surface on one side to where that alternator will fit on there. So unfortunately the problem I run into now is I've got it fitting good, but something with, so that pulley is actually a little bit smaller. So now my adjustment bracket won't work. I either need a longer one, which I have a neighbor that says he's got some Ford and GM. This one's 6 inches. I'm going to need one that's about 8. Or worst case scenario, I could get a little shorter belt and still use this one. So we'll see what happens. I got that taken care of. Got it where it would mount up straight, true. And then the next thing I've done is I got back here. I've got all of my trunk channel Got it all scuffed, cleaned, waxed and greased, and tack ragged, and I've got it masked off. So what I'm going to be doing here next is I'm going to get that painted. Over here, if you remember from my, I think it may have been the video right before this one, this paint, this Duplicolor, perfect match, Wimbledon white, don't match the Wimbledon white that I got from Eastwood. And so not that big a deal being under the trunk, but since I've got to activate a new can, I'm going to go ahead and give this a couple of coats so it matches. I've got, it's hard to see on this, but I've got my nuts or bolts and washers here that mount the trunk hinges, this one and this one, to the trunk. I've got another piece here. This is actually goes on the bottom part of the car, behind the bumper. It mounts right there about like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get that scuffed and shoot it with some of the Aero 2K as well. I believe I'll see how it goes on that. I want to get that trunk and that trunk channel done first, and the nuts and bolts, or actually bolts and washers. And if you remember right, on this 2K Aero spray, once I activate it, I've only got 48 hours to use it. So I'll see how it's going when I get my first coat on the trunk and the trunk channel. And I want to get the bolts and washers. And if it's looking like it's going to be, one can is going to do everything I need, then I'll go ahead and have this other piece where the license plate light mounts to, and I can give it a shot. I'll see. I may just do one side, and next time I spray something, which will probably be the door jambs, both on the door and the vehicle. That'll probably be the next ones I do. So I can always leave this till later if I'm running short in this can of 2K Aero spray. I also got, I want to get that trunk, the bottom of that trunk lid done. I didn't take time to unbox this, but I got in my, it's called Dynacore, 1/2 inch Dynacore. And it's basically a Dynamat, but it got, I haven't opened it, but from looking at the ad when I bought it, it's got no logo on it. So that's what I got to cut up and put where they used to have this insulation. So I'll have to wait at least 3 days for this to cure before I go messing with that. And the way it's going now, it'll probably be a few more days than that, because I started another backhoe job the other day. I'm doing a little 20 by 40 pad for a guy to pour a concrete slab on, put up a carport to park his RV under and live in it on his property up here. So we'll see. Hopefully I can get the slab or the pad finished Monday. Footers dug Tuesday. And then I can get back on this thing somewhere Wednesday or Thursday. The only other thing I've done, I don't believe I filmed, is I went in here and straightened this all back out, got it welded up. I need to go in here now and smooth some fiberglass in there just to help it. It's going to be covered by the foot weld, but or kick panels, whatever you want to call them. So it's no big deal, but I want to go ahead and just give that a shot. So I'll get this other piece scuffed down, get all the fans and whatnot turned back on. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening here, and we're about the 13th of June, and we're starting to get some monsoons rolling in. We haven't got any moisture yet. See some forming up out there to the south, but they're not calling for anything for us. Well, we got 95 or 91, depending on which thermometer you look at, and 16% relative humidity. Unfortunately, when I fire the swamp cooler up, I got to keep an eye on it because it'll get up to 35% relative humidity in here, and that just makes you sweat worse. So I got to keep an eye on it and turn the water off to it every now and then. But right now we've got a good breeze coming out of the south. Got both windows open over here. Got my my spare fan set up here in the doorway. I'm going to kick this thing on oscillation and go to spraying some stuff. This will get it pushed out through looking to the north there, and hopefully keep the bulk of my overspray pushed out of the building. So that's what I'm going to go to work on, get you guys set up on a time lapse and get at it. Well, I'm back. It went pretty good. I figured out after the first couple coats that it was going to take a second can, so I had already started pre-shaking it while I was waiting the 10 minutes between coats. With this stuff, you do a tack coat, and then you do 2 to 3 heavy coats. So this turned out pretty good. I laid those last 2 coats on pretty heavy, pretty wet. So got a good glossy shine on it there. Second coat you could see was a little dry, so I laid that third one on pretty heavy. Bolts and washers all got coated good. I had a couple other pieces there I don't think I showed you guys that I was taking care of. The latch, part of the latch, the dog for my trunk latch, that piece, and this piece here. This one here you really don't see, but whatever. This one here, I was mainly doing the bottom of it that you're not going to really see, and that way, you know, I could always paint the top, and this top can get another coat when I paint the whole car, but I actually had enough paint that I give it a couple of squirts as well, so that turned out pretty good. It just reminded me I need to get my license plate light ordered. That one, I don't remember where I got that one, but I don't believe I have a license plate light for it. And if I do, I'll have to change it over to 12 volt. So, you know, I had to actually go over it with a light just to make sure I was getting down in all these little angles and stuff in here. yeah, that's there we go. We're getting closer. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll work on the door. I may actually start putting my hood hinges back together and start getting them mounted on here. Or I may wait and work on the door, the passenger side door. So I still got this inner fender well to put back on, but I don't want to put it on until I make sure I've got this alternator thing figured out well. Good. And so probably what I will do, I'll probably go ahead and work on that door tomorrow. It don't need a whole lot more work, and I did get my order from Eastwood, so I got got 4 more cans of the self-etching primer. And this other stuff's got a set, at least 3, it says 3 to 5 days to cure, so I'll wait. Maybe next weekend I can go get to work on getting these pads cut out, getting my weather strip, because it mounts on the trunk. But yeah, we're getting closer. I still got some work over here on this other rocker on the lower part, not too much. But I need to get that other door finished and get it on here and make sure my body lines over here are good. So that's probably what I'll be concentrating on next, is getting that done. So I want to thank you all for coming along, and hope you had a good day. Hope if you're somewhere here in Arizona like I am, and I guess even back east, they're starting to have some heat wave issues. So stay hydrated and stay cool, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later. All righty. Back out here, still going at it. Shop dogs, what are you doing? Where you all been? You all been sitting in the air-conditioned house, haven't you? You didn't come out with me today. Well, yeah, it was hot enough out here today. They didn't want to come out in the garage with me, so they've had their dinner. It's about 9:30 at night. Got it cooled down to 84 degrees in here, so they wanted to come out. So finishing doing some more work on this door. I'd hit it with some high build self-etching primer. Still got a spot right there and one right there. This one here is deep enough. I'm going to clean that all out, and I'm going to mix up some glazing putty and put in there. And I think while I'm at it, I just will do the same thing with this one here. So I'm trying something new here. Typically, when I'm filming, I've got a magnetic mount. I'll put that up somewhere. I've got just a standard tripod that I set up sometimes, and I finally figured out how to zoom in on my editing when like when I'm doing a time lapse. Sorry about that. When I'm doing a time lapse. And my wife was she's still telling me, you need to set it up so I can see what you're doing, so people can see what you're doing. I said, well, most of the people that are watching me probably, I explain it and they probably know what I'm doing, but maybe there's some people that would like to see it as well. So I broke down and bought me one of these fancy dancy tripods where you can do overhead and angle and all that kind of stuff. I've been watching them, and Amazon had a sale on them, so I went ahead and ordered me some. So I used it in this video with some kind of high overhead shots when I was painting the trunk and that jam and that kind of stuff. So I'll see if I can get you guys in here and get it set up, and that way you'll be able to see more what I'm doing. This one here, I'll actually I'll clean it up. It's not going to take that much. I'm going to get it all cleaned out, and then let's see. I'm going to do some glazing, some glazing putty. I use this Dolphin glazing putty and U-pole Dolphin glazing. So I'm gonna mix up a dab of that. Get these cleaned out, get that mixed up, and get it spread on there. It don't take too long to set up, so I'll probably even go ahead and get it knocked down here tonight. I've had to change my strategy doing backhoe jobs this time of year, and I don't do many of them, mainly for friends or good acquaintances. I didn't buy it to make money off of it, and I bought it to do work around my house. But there's a couple jobs I still got this year, time of year when it gets hot. The concrete guy that so far I've done the job with, the same one that done my garage, and told me the other day, he said, yeah, he said, when it's hot like this, he said, you need to get up early and get out there and get them. I'm like, yeah, 9 or 10? He said, no, like 5. Well, I'm not a 5 o'clock in the morning person. And so I'm adjusting that a little bit. And with this heat we're having, unless we get some cool down, which is not showing cool down in the next week, I may have to just lay around in the house in air conditioning during the day and come out here in the evening once it cools down. But it's still 84 in here. It's probably around the same outside. So anyhow, that's what I figured. While I'm out here and I got the shop cooled up, I just will keep working on some stuff. I want to get this thing knocked out here, get my new interior in and all the little goodies I got for it and that kind of stuff. So I'll keep taking you along. Stand by. Okay, so I hit that with a green roll-lock just to clean out the primer and stuff that was in there. And now I'm going to hit it with some 80 grit just to rough that surface up good so my glazing sticks good. Okay, I had quite a bit of high build in there, and so I had to take it back further. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with my my electric DA. Okay, it's going to take me a while to learn how to use this new tripod. See how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and hit this with my DA, and then I'll smooth it over with the glazing putty. Okay, there you can see I got it all feathered out good. Got me a nice rough 80 grit surface on there. I'll get it blowed off here. I'll get some glazing putty mixed up, and I'm not going to make you guys watch me do that. I'm sure most of you have seen me do it or do it yourselves, so if not, you can go back and watch one of my other videos where I have. But I'll get that mixed up and bring it back here while I'm slapping her on. right, there we go. So that whole thing might have took an hour. There probably some of it I'll speed up in here so you guys aren't so I don't lose your attention. But so you can see it come out pretty good. It come out really good. So a couple things there. I put my. What do you got? How come you're laying right under my feet? I'll turn the cooler back on in a minute. So I got my glazing putty on there, let it sit up. It didn't take that much longer. My humidity's starting to drop in here because I just got fans going now. I started off with 80 grit, and then I went to some 100 grit, and then this 220. When I went with the 220, it took out the bulk of my deep scratches. Still got a few right there. But the other thing I made sure, you want to make sure you do, is clean out these body lines, especially if you're using high build primer or glazing putty or anything like that. And especially in my case, because this entire belt line here has stainless that goes all the way around the car. It's actually even got a piece that comes down here to the windshield. So I want to make sure I got that body line good and not filled up with any excess material that's going to throw it out of whack. And I never thought of using sanding discs or DA discs on a sanding block until one day I just happened to have them sitting over there and threw one on there and wrapped it around there, and they do a pretty good job of getting in those little areas and cleaning that out. But yeah, it's a really good line there right now. I will probably go ahead and hit it with a coat of the high build self-etching primer, even though I hit it with the guide coat, and that showed me my deeper scratches. So that's when I went to the 220, and it pretty much took them out. Still got a little bit there, a few little ones there, and then some here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that with a coat of the high build self-etch primer, let it set up until tomorrow, and come out and hit it. And I believe this side of the door is ready to go. Once I block my self-etching primer, the high build self-etching primer here, then I will, any of the other bare metal, I'll just hit with the regular self-etching primer, don't need high build. And then I can flip it over and get back on the other side. Start getting these jambs, edges, whatever, scuffed, sanded, whatever they need, and then I'll be ready to hang this thing and get it adjusted. I don't think I'm going to have to do a whole lot with it because it was already on there and adjusted good at one point, but I want to get it on, just check my gaps, because I did do some work to it. Go back a video or two, like here on these edges. So I want to get it hung on there, make sure my gaps, reveals are good, and then I will be able to take both doors off. Then I can get the other side jammed out like this side and get the jams on the doors done. And we'll be jamming. I've got this one all but ready. Once I take the door off, I got to do a little bit of work here, a little bit of DA work and some scuffing. I've got this one hit with self-etching primer, so I'll just give it a quick scuff. And then I can get the jams done. One thing I probably better do here fairly soon is get my sill plates ordered, so I can just put them on there. I know I still got to come in and add some material there. I had an old one laying over here. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, oh, here it is. So this is what the original rocker sill plates looked like. I could probably use this as a template, but I want to get these holes. In fact, I've got a couple of these. I got one out of the other car. I may clean these up and see just where they go. This one may actually be for the other side, because then these little springy things here. Let's see how this goes here. Yeah, that would go like that. So this is where you can run your wires, but you can see here where the maybe you can kind of rusted, but yeah, this shows me where my sill plates screw on. So I'm going to do something with it. If I can cut these out and weld them on there, great, and fill that in. So we'll do something like that, just so I'm sure where those screws that mount them go before I actually put my paint on those jambs. It's about 11 o'clock tonight. Like I say, I will get this hit with another coat of high build self-etching where I just worked it. And that's probably going to be it on the door for the night. In fact, that may be it, period, for tonight. So let me know what you guys think of the different camera angles. Like I say, I'm trying to put out better videos, and the only comments I've got so far is from my wife as to what she thinks I could do better. So you guys leave me some comments so I know what you think. I haven't got that many comments on it, but I try to pick up on certain things. I know there for a while when I'd watch them on my TV, on the time lapses, the music would be louder, so I think I've gotten pretty good at turning the volume down on the music on the time lapses. But leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the videos. If something I can do different, better, don't like, let me know. The battery's going dead, so we'll catch y'all later.